Hello friends, I welcome you back to another session of educational video. As you can see, the topic that we are going to discuss today is measurement of length. Now, what do we mean by measurement? Measurement means to measure, right? Now, if I have got these two pens with me, right? Okay. Now, can you tell me which is a bigger pen? Of course, you will say this pen is bigger and this is a smaller pen. How? Because you have done the comparison of the two and in your mind you have calculated that this is a longer pen, a bigger pen, and this is a smaller pen, and you have told me that pen. Very good. So, measurement of length is used to measure the objects to find out how long is the thing, how long it is. For that we need to measure it. Earlier in your previous class you have learnt also about the non-standard units, where we used to count with the fingers, with the palm, that is right. Then you used to count with your cubit, then with your footsteps, right? Then these were the various non-standard units of length. So we have standard unit of length to avoid any confusion about the length. This hand palm is bigger in size, whereas your hand palm is just small in size. So if I say this paper is almost one palm, you will say no ma'am, it is 1.5 as per you. So it differs. So we have standard unit of length. So the standard of unit of length we have is the meter. Meter is referred to as the standard unit. Okay. Now in our class we have 3 units that are being introduced. They are centimeters, which is denoted by cm. Then we have meters, which is denoted by m. Then we have kilometer, which is denoted by, very good, it is denoted by k. Now students, you know it very well that 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. Okay, so what do we say? If I have got 1 meter, I can say, in other words, it is 100 centimeter. Similarly, if I say 2 meters, I mean, very good, 200 centimeter. That makes 1 meter is divided into 100 parts. Suppose this is 1 meter from A to B. This is 1 meter long. So in other words, I can say this from this point to this point, it is divided into 100 parts. Like if you remember, we had 1 rupee 1 is equal to 100 paisa. Remember this thing? Very good. Similarly, we have 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. But here we have meter in centimeter. Here we had rupees in paisa. Okay. Similarly, 2 meters is equal to 200 centimeters. Now the question arises, students, where do we use centimeter? Where do we use meters and kilometers? I use centimeters when they are very small objects. When we have very small objects, we use centimeters. For long distances or for the longer objects, we use meters. And for very long objects or distances, we use kilometers. Is that clear, students? Now, can you give me some examples where we can measure anything in centimeters? Yes, like just now I said, this pen can also be measured in centimeters. The cap of it is also measured in centimeters. Your pencil is also measured in centimeters, right? So these are the various examples. Now, if you remember, your mother takes you to the market and to buy the cloth for your dress. Yes, she buys dresses for you. Very good. Now, Mama says, give me 2-meter cloth to make the dress for my child. So, it is much bigger than this. Much bigger than the pencil, right? The cloth that your mother purchases. So, that is purchased in meters. So, for the long objects we use is measured in meters. Now, very long objects or distances, like if I say, what is the distance from Delhi to Meerut? We measure it in kilometers, right? So, what do we say? We measure long distances in kilometers. The school from your house is measured in kilometers or meters. Like we had rupees and paisa, they are the combination of a bigger and a smaller units. Similarly, we can measure in kilometers with some part of it as meters also. Now, like I said, 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. Similarly, 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meters. So, what we can say? 1 centimeter is equal to 1 centimeter. 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. And 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meters. So, students, which is the biggest unit? Kilometer. And which is the smallest unit? Centimeter. And this, which is in between, is our standard unit. Okay. Now, I hope this is clear. Where to use centimeters, where to use meters and kilometers. Very good. Now, students, can you tell me the height of your mother is measured in? Yes, it is measured in centimeters also. We don't measure it in meters. है ना? We say it 157 centimeters or 80 centimeters. Your height is in 80 centimeters, 85 centimeters, because you are not more than a meter. Your mother is there, so we measure the height in meters and centimeters. Okay. Now, students, as I told you that a meter has small 100 divisions, which are referred to as centimeters. Now, if you see this scale properly, what is this? This is a scale. Can you see over here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, similarly, this counting is going on. Now, what do we see? That each part, from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, each division is known as centimeters. And if you have up till 100, 10, then we have 20, 30, right? Till 100 if we have, so that will give you what? It will give you 1 meter. You can also see in the measuring tape, inch tape that we call it, because they are inches over here. And whenever we have to measure a thing, we place the scale along it, starting from the 0. One end is kept at 0, and then we measure the length of the object where the other end of the object is being covered. Now, if you see, the width of this paper is almost 21 centimeters. Right? And if I have to measure the length, again, I'll put this at one end, 0, and up till here it is coming to 29 but not 30, but it is half of it. So it is 29.5 centimeters. This is how we measure the length of the objects.